It's over. They've won. The Blast of Eldritch have beaten the impossible odds to emerge victorious from their siege against the villainous hordes. But what becomes of the Blast of Eldritch after they overcome their dastardly foes? The mercenaries, the undead, the fiends, and the vile lich, Sarah. For Ash, he stays around Baldur's Gate, striving to become an even more fervent guardian of nature by completing missions with the Emerald Enclave, as well as training his young charges Helga, Kahir, and Leah. Between dismantling illegal logging operations and eliminating corrupt businessmen, Ash pursues his intellectual interests and gains international renown as a scholar, known for his fascinating lectures on exotic flora and fauna that he gives around the Sword Coast. His impassioned speeches stirs the souls of his listeners and impels more than a few into taking action themselves and heeding the call to defend the balance of nature. Because of its influence, legislation is even drawn up and passed that outlaws the peacock trade in Baldur's Gate. Freed peacocks around the city now reverently offer praises to their patron deity Cluck, which in their language means the Anointed One. But even more know him by the sobriquet he was honored with by the Emerald Enclave, the Glade Guard. And of course, young Ash finds time in between all this to visit with his sweetheart, the beautiful red-haired druidess Doric. After the hard-won battle, Farah decides to join the local temple dedicated to Mystra, the Hall of Mysteries, as an acolyte in an effort to learn more about the magic that dwells within her. After a time of recovery and service, she realizes that her mystical talents have not yet reached their full potential, and she sets out to find Elminster, the Sage of Shadowdale, to learn the weave from the legend himself. Accompanying her on this journey is someone searching for that very same man, the notorious thief and Zentine leader Nanra, who professes that it's been some time since she's heard from her father. The two femme fatale make some buzz as their search takes them up and down the coast, where they thieve and scheme all the way, few men being able to stand up to the wiles of the adventurer known as the Siren, who could be as alluring as she was duplicitous. But will Thera find Elminster? And what exactly does he have to teach her about herself? When the dust clears, Visera finds herself caring for a child at a far younger age than she ever imagined, being only a spry and nubile 20 years. A violet-skinned shadow that never seems to leave her side. The adorable tiefling girl Aurora, Miss Twilight herself, who was deemed unsafe in her father's tender care. With the child under her fierce protection, and with Riz as her chief advisor, Visera goes on to found a community for her new people, the Drow, under the light of the sun. A community that eschews the ways of Lolth and the cruel Underdark to lead lives filled with love and laughter, where they help each other, welcome those who are also without a home, and live as equals. Under Visera, of course. Through her endeavors, she deepens her knowledge of Drow culture and is able to connect with esteemed representatives of their race like Jarlaxle Bonneray, ensuring the existence of her burgeoning community. The young Aurora is welcomed warmly into their circle and, over time, flourishes into a still soft-spoken but much more confident witch in her own right. But unbeknownst to her, the whispers of arcane secrets that flow into her ears at night that give the girl her dark power come from none other than the Whisper Witch Visera herself. Has Visera fully supplanted Lolth to the people living here? Will she become their new god? As for our ranger Anita, as what she soon realizes will be her last and most epic battle draws to a close, she rekindles her passion for working with her hands, scavenging, crafting, and of course, mutilating and stuffing the corpses of the strange creatures she encounters. In the year following the now infamous Battle of Twilight, the woman who was once called in fearful tones the Triple Strike opens up a small shop in Waterdeep where she can show off her amazing creations. And among the first things she creates are sets of personalized armor for each of the stalwart companions that fought by her side, the ones that made it together through the gates of hell and back again, to protect them while they keep up the good fight without her. But is this the last time we see Anita? Probably. And now, for the tortured soul, our sorceress Orin, who after the battle resumes pursuing his father, Darren the Twice Burnt, without relent, nothing but vengeance on his mind. He follows up on every lead, every hint of anywhere the man had ever been said to be. He stops at nothing, and sometimes leaves nothing behind. From their distant points, his comrades hear tales of a foul-tempered man who is known by the name Ashvane, the name of a man with fire in his blood who leaves only ash in his wake. And some of those comrades wonder why his description matches that of their dear friend. But will he succeed? Will Orin find his villainous father? Or will his father find him? One thing is for sure though they're currently separated, scattered across the realm, following their own disparate paths, they will surely meet again. For the bonds of camaraderie forged in the hellish flames of dire conflict shall never be broken. And when the world needs them most, there is one group of adventurers that is always sure to answer the call. The Blast of Eldritch.